Would you walk into a room knowing that if the man inside doesn't smile, you will be executed on the spot? It's 479 BC. The Persian Empire is the largest the world has ever seen, stretching from India to Ethiopia. At its head is King Xerxes, a man whose word is law, whose power is absolute. But deep within the perfumed walls of his palace at Susa, a young woman is hiding a secret so dangerous it could shatter her world and cost her everything, including her life. Her name is Esther. By a twist of fate, she has become the Queen of Persia, the most powerful woman in the most powerful empire on earth. Yet her crown is a mask. No one, not even her husband the king, knows she is Jewish. She walks through gilded halls and sleeps on silken sheets, but her life of unimaginable luxury is built on a foundation of silence. Every day is a performance, a careful dance to conceal her true identity. She is a queen in a golden cage, and the key has been thrown away. This fragile piece is about to be shattered. A dark figure lurks in the king's court, a man named Haman. He is the king's most trusted advisor, second only to Xerxes himself. But beneath his polished exterior lies a heart filled with ambition and a soul poisoned by hatred. He has whispered venom into the king's ear, convincing him to sign a decree that will unleash a wave of terror across the empire. The order has been sealed with the royal ring. In 12 months, on a single, terrible day, every Jewish man, woman, and child will be slaughtered. This decree, this death warrant, applies to everyone, including the queen. The news travels like a plague. A tattered, desperate message reaches Esther, smuggled in from the outside world. It's from her cousin and guardian, Mordecai, the man who raised her. His words are a dagger to her heart. Do not think that because you are in the king's house, you alone of all the Jews will escape. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise from another place, but you and your father's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? The weight of an entire nation suddenly falls upon her shoulders. She stands alone in a moonlit garden, the scent of jasmine heavy in the air, a stark contrast to the turmoil in her soul. The choice before her is impossible. The law of the Medes and Persians was unbreakable. Anyone, even the queen, who approached the king in his inner court without being summoned was to be put to death. The only exception, if the king, in a show of mercy, extended his golden scepter. Esther hasn't been called to see him in 30 days. Her husband's favor is a fickle thing. To approach him is to gamble with her life. To remain silent is to condemn her people to annihilation. What good is a crown if you have to watch your people die? After a long night of wrestling with her fear, she makes her decision. She sends a message back to Mordecai. Gather every Jew in the city, fast for me. Do not eat or drink for 3 days and 3 nights. My attendants and I will do the same, and then I will go to the king, even though it is against the law. And if I perish, I perish. For 3 days, the palace feasts while the queen starves. No food, no water, only prayer. She sheds her silks and jewels, sitting on the floor in humility, preparing not just her strategy, but her spirit. On the 3rd day, the fast ends. She rises, no longer just a queen, but a living sacrifice. She bathes, anoints herself with oil, and puts on her most magnificent royal robes. She is ready. The walk to the throne room is the longest of her life. Each step on the cold marble floor echoes in the cavernous hall. The guards, with their hands resting on their swords, watch her every move. She can feel the eyes of the entire court on her as she reaches the threshold of the inner court. There, at the far end of the hall, sits Xerxes on his massive, imposing throne. He looks up, his expression unreadable. The silence is deafening. It stretches for an eternity. Her heart pounds in her chest. This is it, life or death. And then, it happens. A subtle shift in the king's expression. He sees her, standing there in all her beauty and desperation. A slow smile spreads across his face. He lowers his arm and extends the long golden scepter toward her. It's a signal. She is safe. She walks forward and touches the tip, a simple gesture sealing her survival. The gamble worked, but the fight was far from over. With breathtaking cunning, Esther doesn't reveal her secret right away. Instead, she invites the king and Haman to a private banquet. And then a second, she plays the perfect hostess, charming the king and lulling the villain into a false sense of security. At the final banquet, with Haman drunk on wine and arrogance, she springs her trap. She reveals her Jewish identity and exposes Haman's genocidal plot. The king, enraged at being deceived and realizing the woman he loved was marked for death, orders Haman to be executed on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. Esther chose to risk losing her life to save not just her people, but her soul. She understood that power is not a prize to be hoarded, but a tool to be wielded for those who have no voice. So let me ask you, if you found yourself in a position of power, would you risk your comfort, your status of N, your life to do what is right, or would you choose the safety of silence in your palace? I'd love to know what you think. Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching.